So this is an Order 66 Luna. I actually got the idea when I was filling up gas. I saw the Phillips 66, and Star Wars has always been something that I found very interesting. Since I had a roommate up in Idaho, he's got one of the biggest Star Wars YouTube channels. He introduced me to the Clone Wars TV show, and I was kind of a hater on animation until I saw that, and it was very good. I think that's some of the peak Star Wars content, in my opinion, and it just kind of adds more to the story in between the second and third movie. And just Order 66, I think, hits just that much harder when you know, like, all the Jedi a little bit more with, like, their stories that they told in the Clone Wars. And then as well, even just the clones in general. Like, I know a lot of times you see them as background characters, but when you watch the Clone Wars, you kind of see the ones that have kind of been through it together. And then just kind of how that impacts them when Order 66 happens. This one is also a Paul Macbeth Luna. Crystal Flex, I believe, is what it is. I just saw the look of the disc and I just knew that it had to be something Star Wars related. So, all right, next I got this R2D2 Trail. A Trail is kind of a disc that was very popular last year in 2025, and it was getting a ton of hype, and I wanted to see kind of, what I thought of it. They came out with the project lab coats for all the white MVP discs, or the rims. So I got one of those just to kind of test out, and I wanted to really throw the Trail, but I also wanted to put a die on it soon. So I settled on the R2D2 one to get that one kind of, done with dying, and then so I could just, start throwing it and get a little bit more used to it. I would say right now the Trail is probably one of my furthest flying distance drivers. I don't have the biggest arm for backhand. I would never throw this forehand though. But for backhand, I can get up to about 400 feet with it, which is really good for my arm speed. So, but again, I just kind of, I really like the Trail, kind of whatever angle you put it on, it'll hold on that, and then it'll have a little bit of fight out of it. So, great disc for anybody, any arm speed as well. So, highly recommend the Trail. All right, next we got our Duel on Mustafar battle. I wanted to basically do a practice round on one of them because it was a multi-step process on the die. So for both of these, I initially put down the stencil of their outline, and then after that, I put a little glue mask over it to when I put on the lava die, it wouldn't affect any of that. And then I also put electrical tape around the edge of these discs to preserve the glow rim. They're both Total Eclipse discs with different color glow rims. So I really liked that. And I thought the Tempo in particular has a light blue glow rim, which is just perfect colors with the lightsabers. So I wanted to save that as well. So yeah, put over the glue, put over the electrical tape, and then I did another lotion dye to get the lava effect. Kind of did some swirl patterns out of it, and really excited how these two turned out. So we have a glow Tempo, and we also have a glow Hex. Really good discs. I bag a Hex. I kind of tried to figure out if I like this Tempo or not. To me, it's kind of in between where I would throw like a pig, or I just recently picked up a Vessel. I feel like a Vessel is basically just a higher speed pig. It also is the Zone Banger. No, it's one of the zones. So they did a zone battle for the two different types, Banger Top or GT Top, I believe is what they were called. And the one that didn't win the contest was sold to Thought Space Athletics, and they turned that one into their Vessel. So kind of glad they did that anyway. But again, I feel like Tempo's kind of right in between that slot. So, but yeah, these are both really fun discs. They took me quite a bit of time to do this multi-step process with it, but I really liked how they both turned out. All right, next we got this Ricky Wysocki Felon with Ahsoka on it. If you've seen the Clone Wars, you'll understand the Snips reference. But just the look of this disc, I knew for a fact that I wanted to put basically Ahsoka on it because that is kind of the color of her head in the TV show, just in general. But to me, that just looked like the perfect disc for something Ahsoka related. And I didn't throw this Felon a ton. To me, it was just a lot beefier than my Firebird that I was throwing, and I just felt like I was reaching for my Firebird more often than this Felon. But this will be a fun one to kind of play with, have that good little forehand approach disc. So, but again, really loved the colorway on this the Felon. All right, lastly, we got the Reverse Halo Thunderbird. I really loved this disc when I was playing out in California. I was out there in the summertime for work. It was a really fun disc to throw on a forehand and just kind of, get these good little S flights, little flex shots through the tree lines. It was money disc for those. I found myself usually overshooting it when I tried to throw it because I feel like if I threw it too soft, I would get it to hook out too soon. But I feel like to get the exact flight that I wanted, I had to throw it pretty hard. But again, I think it was a really fun disc for some tunnel shots like that where you need to flex it through the trees or just a flex line in general. I don't really have the arm speed to throw a backhand for this to get it to go pretty far. If I do, it's going to kind of hook out pretty soon. But this one was a ton of fun to do. When I saw the color of the disc, I was like, I got to do something mall related. And the season finale of Mall comes out the day that this video will be dropping. So I'm excited to see the how that turns out. I thought the TV show in general has been pretty fun so far. Interesting new animation style. I think a lot of it kind of seems more like it's like a painting artistic style. But I've really enjoyed the TV show so far, and I'm excited because it's already confirmed for season 2. But again, that's our Mall disc on a reverse Halo Thunderbird. Alrighty, so there we have it. We have our 6th disc for May the 4th, and we'll see how we do over in Roots up in Salt Lake City. So I'm very excited. I feel like we got a good variety of discs for all different kind of shape shots. And Roots is a fun one. They got a couple that are good ace runs. So we'll see if we can get any aces on camera, and just excited to get out and kind of to produce a little bit more content for you guys. So stay tuned for more.